Oops. Okay, in today's video, I am going to be mixing colors directly. So instead of mixing with a palette knife ahead of time, I'm going to mix directly on. Today I'm using a brown paper bag. I've seen other artists doing fairly formal paintings where they literally will put the paint right on the canvas and they use the canvas as their palette. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm going to put my colors in each corner here, and I'm going to playfully mix and see what I get. So I've got Prussian Blue. I've got, what are my colors? Prussian Blue, Cadmium Yellow Light, and a light Phthalo Blue. And I don't have any plan except for playing with this paint and mixing and filling the whole page. So I'm putting my brush in a little bit of water, and I'm just going to make shapes. So this is just directly mixing paint. Trying to get a variety of values. And I picked 3 colors. You could do just 2 if you wanted, or you could do 4. Did a warm and a cool. And I can play with overlapping. Thicker paint, thinner paint. And the warmth today is actually working to my advantage because the paint is drying more quickly, which means I can probably build more layers. And I'm kind of doing this in a, well, it's kind of a patchwork fashion. So this is a more organic way of creating color gradations. And I very quickly see how these paints interact. Do I like these colors together? Would I use this in a larger piece or not? I've done a couple of these different colors, and some are like, no, I would not repeat that. This one I probably would. So as paint dries, I can also play with, if I drag my brush lightly, I'm going to get some dry brushing going on in there, just dragging it lightly. So now I have 2 colors interacting, not side by side, but one on top of the other. If I go thicker and then I scrape through, that's called sgraffito. I get some of the paint from below. Okay, and because it's mixed media, I thought I might layer in some mark making using a charcoal pencil. I mean, you can do whatever you want today. I'm going to use the charcoal pencil, and I'm going to use the chalk marker that I just got into. But if you wanted to do collage material on here, you could. So I'm not only mixing paint, but I'm doing sort of an exploration of mixed media materials and potentially how to combine them or integrate them. So this is my charcoal pencil. Just doing some finer line work on there. Now I'm going to use this acrylic chalk marker. So I went opposite here, white. If you don't have these, that's okay. You can use other things, markers, color pencils. Okay, now I'm going to, I'm going to introduce this liquid acrylic. These are just ideas. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to use this foam brush. And I can do some stamping. So I'm introducing a little bit of pattern here. You can also use found objects. This is, I guess, like a eraser grip. So direct printing, stamping as part of the painting. Working in the round to create a sense of unity, integration. Okay, now if I take a damp brush, I believe, yeah, with this chalk acrylic marker, I can, what's the word? It dissolves a little bit. So there it disappeared. I've got kind of a haze going, so I could play with that. Same thing with the charcoal. When I go over it with a wet brush, I can blend that and the charcoal becomes a paint. So just playing with all the, basically the mixing as the foundation, as the structure, however that occurs randomly, and then layering some finer marks on with the acrylic marker and the charcoal pencil, stamping. I'm having a hard time stopping because I'm into it. Okay, I'll stop right there.